Fetterman's back, guys. He's back out of the hospital. Uh, Pennsylvania voted in this stroke victim with brain damage, and now he's back to work. Democrats are the party of inclusivity. They wanted to include a senile old man for president and a stroke victim with brain damage as a senator. So this is a Senate Banking Committee hearing where Fetterman is questioning some CEOs of credit report agencies because apparently a big chunk of black people have bad credit, and Fetterman wants to know why. Yeah. Has nothing to do with them not paying their bills, I guess. He thinks it's systematic racism. What a joke. These race grifting assholes. All right, so let's listen to what this douche has to say. It's unbelievable.
Chester, Senator Fetterman of Pennsylvania is recognized.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And gentlemen, today, and I want to be clear, I'm not putting you on.
And gentlemen, and today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And gentlemen, today, and I want to be clear, I'm not putting you on the spot here. Just had some research that my team has come up with, and it's like there appears to be a systematic bias.
There appears to be a systematic bias. I think it means bias.
There appears to be a systematic bias in the credit reporting. About 5,000 adults, about more than half of Black Americans report having low or no credit score.
Wow, more than half of black people have bad credit. Wonder why that is.
Hispanics, 41%, whites, 37%, and Asian Americans, 18%.
Asian Americans have the best credit because they pay their bills on time.
And again, is that something that perhaps might sound accurate to you right now?
So he wants these guys to explain to him why black people have bad credit. He wants to blame racism.
Senator,
not personal responsibility and not paying your bills.
There's a large population, too large in the United States, that have no credit score. Our math is about 20 million Americans are not in the formal credit file. There's another 60 million Americans that have very few trade lines that are generally not scorable. So it's a large population. A big priority of ours is to use alternative data to help them get access to credit and develop a credit score and a credit report.
So there's a lot of people that don't use credit cards and stuff like that. Everybody has a credit score, though. And if you're late with your bills, it's not going to be good.
So you don't believe that there is an issue then?
So you don't believe that the system is racist, is what he's trying to say?
No, Senator, I agree completely. It's one of our priorities to focus on access to credit.
All these big banks are in on it, too, man. They're going to just bend the knee, I guess.
We think it's a big issue, and it's one I know the committee's focused on, and we're 100% aligned with the issue, and we're focused on using alternative data to address it.
Okay. And, well, is there any trends or patterns
that
you noticed about trends or...
Fetterman is trying to ask another question here, but he's stuttering and stumbling through it, and it's hard to make out what he's even saying.
And, well, is there any trends or patterns that you noticed about race and credit reports at all?
Yeah, no, they're not paying their bills, these black people, so they got bad credit.
Well, Senator, perhaps I can answer that. The credit reports are not allowed to include any information, protected characteristics, race, religion, ethnicity.
So they keep all of that stuff out. These credit report agencies aren't even allowed to know what color you are. You know what I mean? Just the data. And then the data, once they reel all the data in, then more than half of black people have bad credit.
The reports are completely blind to those factors. I think what we're talking about here is the issue you've discussed, which is one of underrepresentation across many communities. And we do agree that's an issue.
Banks are woke too, guys.
And as we said in answers to question Scott, and that we believe.
You know, Biden wants to give people with bad credit a lower points, lower interest rate when you buy a house. And if you have good credit, you got to pay a higher interest rate. What the fuck is that all about? You get punished for having good credit.
Believe that we've been very proactive in trying to address this issue, and we believe there's more we can do, and we'll be very focused on making sure that we can improve access for everybody across the United States.
Thank you. Thank you. According to the FTC, active duty service members and their families are nearly 3 times more frequently victims of digital theft other U.S. adults. You know, what are you more frequently victims of digital theft other U.S. adults?
Yeah, they voted in this Fetterman guy. Can't read.
You know,
He's got brain damage.
what are you able to do to protect the credit for all military families, both the active duty and non-active duty, including the National Guard, Reserve, and Readiness? So, say a higher
What
than
is he
average
saying?
a higher than average fit, including
know
the
what he's
National
saying,
Guard, Reserve, and Readiness. So, say a higher than average fisc of financial fraud, particularly cybercrime.
What?
Well, Senator, perhaps I can answer on behalf.
Yeah, maybe. How do these guys even know what he's saying? Because I don't even understand that.
Experian. We make our credit reports and scores free to all active servicemen and women and their families. So it's entirely accessible to them all the time.
So, are they giving service members? They can go in there and see their credit report anytime. I always thought if you looked up your credit report, somehow it damaged your credit a little bit. Is that true? Hey, instead of giving some people extra rights, how come you don't just give us all the same exact rights? You know, isn't that how it's supposed to be? Like, can I get an unlimited amount of credit checks? Probably not.
Senator,
I'm a white dude, though.
TransUnion does the same.
My last question: transgender and
Oh
non-binary
God, transgender
computers
shit.
face a mirror.
Let's see what he's asking about.
And my last question: transgender and non-binary
Non-binary?
computers face a mirror of credit reporting problems after they change their names, including fragmented reports of among other issues.
Yeah, if you change your name, I don't know. You're getting a fragmented report, I guess. I don't know. Let's keep catering to these mentally ill
These
people.
problems can be devastating consequences. You know, what steps have any of you or agencies taken to prevent credit reporting problems for members of this community?
Well, Senator, if I could start, the issue you raise is a very serious issue. And it's why, you know, at TransUnion and we in the industry, we match consumers to.
I can't wait to watch more of Fetterman asking people questions. They're doing a good job of hiding his ass because you never see any, he doesn't do any news interviews or nobody's chasing him down on the street trying to talk to him and shit. You know what I mean? They're hiding his ass. And they should, because fuck, that's embarrassing, man. Voting in a guy with brain damage. It's not a good look. It's funny, but I mean, is it? Maybe it's not funny. Yeah. If you're a senator, that's your job, is to debate people. Discuss things. Understand problems and debate them. Too bad we got Fetterman in there. I mean, it's funny and it's sad and it's scary as hell that somebody like that could get voted in. It's insanity. It's so ridiculous. I mean, it seems funny on the outside when you watch them try to talk and stuff, man. And hey, don't give me any grief for making fun of this guy. Democrats voted this guy in, and I figure like it's my job to make fun of this idiot. All right, so let's listen to another stupid question, see if we can understand what he's saying. With talking to, I don't know who he's talking to, but
Mr. Tisler,
why can't I move?
thanks for being here. And I know you've mentioned and are familiar with whole home repairs in your testimony. And I mean, I'm really excited by it because here in Pennsylvania, one of my friends really separated it.
I really thought about it.
Nikhil Sava. He was one of the quite literally, one of the as hard left of a politician I'm aware of. You know,
I hate him already.
certainly in the Senate. Was really helped shepherd that, and he got
I don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
linked up
These
with
guys don't either, probably.
the Republicans, and they actually created the first kind of a program like this in the nation. You know,
What kind of a program is he talking about? People fixing up their houses? I don't get it.
and
I've listened to this like 4 times and I still don't know what he's saying.
one of my colleagues, Mr. Vance, talked about, well, if there's a lick in the sending, well, what if you do?
What's he
don't
talking
have
about?
There's a lick in the sending.
A lick in the
what
sending.
if you don't have the money to fix that? What can happen to that kind of things? And I come from a community now in Braddock, Pennsylvania, where
I bet you half the Democrats would vote for Fetterman for president if their TV told them to.
there's a lot of your home can go bad quickly if you weren't having those kinds. And so, I mean, I'm a big, you know,
Does anybody know what this guy is saying?
I'm incredibly, I think,
He's asking somebody a question, I think.
excited that could take from Pennsylvania and go federal. And what else do you think it would be? You think it would be if that was be able to make that federal?
Thank you, Senator.
I've seen it happen again and again, that a simple leak, which is a cancer for a home, if there's a leak in the roof, it can go dilapidated.
That's why you have homeowners insurance.
Rapidly. And if you don't have the money to fix it, then that happens, and then that only exacerbates the supply issue that you guys were just talking about in the war.
Anyways, all right, I just wanted to show you guys this Fetterman, man. Probably just a matter of time before he goes back into the hospital. What a mistake it was for these lefty idiots to vote in Fetterman. This is the state of our politics. They would vote for a dude with brain damage over a heart doctor or brain surgeon or whatever Dr. Oz was, because he was Republican. They didn't like him. So, anyways, this is the state of politics. They'll vote for a dude that's brain dead if he's a Democrat. So, God forbid. God help us. And if they can vote for get Fetterman elected as a senator, anything can happen, guys. I'm worried Biden's going to win again. Biden could die, and they could put his dead body on the ballot, and he'd probably win because they got it all figured out. You know what I mean? We're in big trouble. We can't get Trump in there. We're in big trouble.
He broke out my window.
Which one?